The laughter died. Right there, in the middle of Leo's 5th birthday party, in our backyard, the sound just vanished. Because Chloe, my sister-in-law, had just said the words, "At least I don't cheat on my husband." My fork, halfway to my mouth with a piece of hot dog, just froze. Everything froze. It was like someone had hit a mute button on the entire world. 20 people, all just staring. Staring at Chloe, then at my wife, Samantha. Then at me. Samantha's perfect, practiced smile, the one that never quite reached her eyes, just shuddered. For a split second. A tiny, almost imperceptible crack in her facade. But I saw it. In that instant, my military training kicked in. That bizarre, hyper-focused calm that descends when things go sideways. My heartbeat slowed. Everything sharpened. I watched Samantha, her parents. They moved with a disturbing, almost choreographed precision. "What did you just say?" Samantha's voice, usually so smooth, had a dangerous, brittle edge. "You heard me." Chloe, jaw clenched, hands balled into fists, held her ground. Samantha's father, Richard, was already stepping forward. "That's enough. You need to leave." They didn't ask what she meant. Didn't demand proof. Just went straight to damage control, to extraction. The whole family moved like a tactical unit, shutting down a threat. "She's been humiliating me all afternoon, and I say one thing." Chloe's voice rose, desperate. Samantha's mother, Carol, stepped in, her voice dripping with artificial sympathy. "You're clearly unstable, making wild accusations because you're jealous. This is exactly why we've been concerned about you." I set my fork down, carefully, deliberately. Watched Samantha go cold, clinical. "Get out of my house before you embarrass yourself more than you already have." My brother, Michael, tried to intervene, but Chloe yanked away from her father's grasp, backing toward the gate on her own. Before she left, she looked directly at me. Her eyes held a mixture of desperation, anger, and something else I couldn't quite place. A plea, maybe? Then she was gone. The party just resumed. Like nothing happened. Samantha smoothed it over with practiced ease, playing the concerned sister dealing with a troubled family member. People ate it up, made sympathetic noises about how patient she was. I watched the whole performance. Watched how she'd frozen when Chloe said cheat, how fast she'd pivoted, how thoroughly she'd destroyed Chloe's credibility in under 90 seconds. Leo, my son, came running over, face red from bouncing, asking when we were doing cake. I told him 10 minutes, sent him back to play. "I'm going to check on her," I said to Samantha. "Make sure she's okay." Her hand shot out, catching my wrist. "She's fine. She's just being dramatic. Don't reward that behavior." 5 minutes. I pulled my arm free. I found Chloe sitting in her car in front of my neighbor's house, hands shaking on the steering wheel, crying angry tears. I knocked on the window. She rolled it down. "Who?" I said. She looked at me, confused. "What?" "You said she cheated." "Who?" "Ethan." "I can't." "Who?" Chloe's hands were still shaking as she pulled out her phone, fumbling to scroll through old emails. "I don't have everything organized. I'd need to dig through more, but this should be enough." She found what she was looking for. Turned the screen toward me. It was an email thread from 6 years ago. Samantha to Chloe. Dated right around when I'd been at Fort Bragg for training. Asterisk Samantha, I messed up bad. Ethan and I hooked up at Dad's party. David can never find out. Asterisk Chloe, are you serious? With my boyfriend? What are you going to do, Samantha? Asterisk Samantha, nothing. I'm not ruining everything over one mistake. Timing works out. David's been gone for weeks. He'll never know, asterisk. I scrolled down. More messages. Samantha discussing it with her parents. Everyone agreeing it was better to keep quiet. Chloe pushing back, getting shut down. Send this to me, I said. Chloe, send it now. She forwarded the entire thread. I watched it pop up on my phone. There's more, she said. I can find more proof if you need it. Screenshots, maybe some photos from the party. I'll let you know. I walked back to the party. Samantha was cutting the cake. Leo surrounded by kids, singing an off-key happy birthday. She looked up at me, searching my face for something. I smiled, nodded, went to grab the camera to take pictures. The party wrapped up around 6. Families filtered out, thanking us for hosting, commenting on what a great time their kids had. My brother Michael hugged me goodbye, mentioned something about Chloe seeming upset, asked if everything was okay. Family drama, I said. You know how it is. After everyone left and Leo was passed out in his room from sugar overload, Samantha found me in the garage, taking out the recycling. Is Chloe okay? She asked. Yeah, she's fine. Good. I felt bad about how things went, but she really crossed a line with that comment. She was upset. I know. I'll call her tomorrow and smooth things over. You know how she is. Always needs attention. I nodded, kept loading bottles into the bin. That night, lying in bed next to Samantha while she scrolled through party photos on her phone, I stared at the ceiling and planned my next move. My life, it turns out, had been a careful construction of hers. I'd been in the Army since I was 20, a master sergeant at Fort Carson, Colorado. 17 years. 3 combat tours. The military had been my exit strategy from a hometown that became an economic graveyard after the steel mill closed. My parents divorced when I was 13. I started working at 14, pulled 35 hours a week senior year while maintaining a 3.2 GPA. I didn't have much growing up. Samantha, on the other hand, had grown up with East Coast money. Her father, Richard, was a cardiologist. Her mother, Carol, taught at a prep school. Country club memberships, vacation homes in Nantucket. My family vacations were camping in state parks with bologna sandwiches. On paper, we had zero business being together. But we met 9 years ago at a Memorial Day barbecue on base. She liked my discipline, I guess. After 8 months, I proposed. The first year of marriage, we fought constantly about finances. $200 throw pillows versus my emergency fund. Eventually, we found a middle ground. Her younger sister, Chloe, was the family disaster. Bounced between colleges, majors, and career paths. Photography program, culinary school, life coaching, social media consulting. Her parents cut her off after the 3rd college dropout. Once, during Christmas, Chloe looked at me and said, "You know, she's never been told no in her life, right? Dad just writes checks until the problem goes away." I dismissed it as sibling rivalry. Samantha said Chloe was just jealous. 6 years ago, Leo was born. My hands were shaking when they handed him to me in the delivery room. I'd handled live ammunition in combat zones without flinching, but holding 7 pounds of helpless human terrified me. I promised him right there I'd be better than my father was. Military life meant missing some moments, but I made it count when I was home. Coached his soccer team, set up camping adventures in the backyard, built Saturday morning breakfast rituals. Our life was solid. 4-bedroom house near base, 2 vehicles paid off, an emergency fund that could cover 6 months of expenses. We operated like a functional team, partners. Or so I thought. Then came Leo's birthday, and everything I thought I knew turned out to be fiction. Sunday morning, I woke up to 17 missed calls. From Samantha's mother, her father, even relatives I'd met twice. All with the same message: Chloe was lying. She'd always been unstable. I needed to ignore her desperate attempt at attention-seeking. Samantha herself was careful, apologetic about Chloe ruining Leo's party, concerned about my feelings. Never denying anything directly, just redirecting. Chloe's stress levels, her jealousy issues, her history with boundary problems and counseling. I think we should get ahead of this, Samantha said over coffee while Leo watched cartoons in the living room. Maybe talk to someone together about how to handle family conflict. Chloe's clearly spiraling, and I don't want it to affect us. I nodded, kept my face neutral. Yeah, we should probably address it. She looked relieved, reached across the table to squeeze my hand. I love you. You know that, right? No matter what crazy things my sister says. I know. The emails were real. Samantha had cheated 6 years ago with Ethan. That wasn't in question. What I needed to confirm was Leo's paternity. The timing in those messages was too convenient. She'd said it worked out. That I'd never know. Monday morning, I took a personal day. Told Samantha I had a dental appointment, a routine cleaning I'd been putting off. She didn't question it. First stop was a legal DNA testing facility that advertised court-admissible results with proper chain of custody documentation. The woman at the desk was professional, explained the process without asking unnecessary questions. We'll need samples from both you and the child. For legal purposes, both parties need to be present with valid identification, or you'll need to arrange a mobile technician to collect the child's sample with proper documentation. I explained I wanted to start with just getting the process set up, understand the requirements. She walked me through everything. Cost was $575 for expedited legal results. Both Leo and I would need to come in, bring IDs. They'd photograph us, verify identities, collect swabs, seal everything with tamper-evident packaging. How soon can I schedule? We have an opening Wednesday afternoon at 3. I booked it. Next stop was the bank. Transferred half our savings to a separate USAA account. $38,450. Legal. Documented. Defensible. Set up automatic deposit for my military pay to go into the new account instead of our joint one. Then, the consultation. $400 for an hour, paid in cash from my personal account to avoid any paper trail Samantha might notice. My lawyer was direct. Colorado has a specific process for paternity disestablishment. You've got a narrow window. DNA test showing 0 probability. File within 90 days of discovering non-paternity. Submit an affidavit to Superior Court. I took notes. Forms needed. Filing fees. Timelines. The statute's clear. Test comes back showing you're not the father, you file the form and affidavit within the 90-day window. Court reviews the genetic evidence. No drawn-out custody battles if you move fast and follow procedure exactly. I spent Monday afternoon gathering documents. Made copies of everything. Birth certificates, marriage certificate, tax returns, mortgage papers, vehicle titles. Stored originals in my secure locker at work, kept copies in a fireproof safe I bought at Walmart. Changed all my passwords, email, banking, credit cards, Amazon. Set up 2-factor authentication on everything that allowed it. The calls from Samantha's family continued. Her father, Richard, left a voicemail Tuesday morning. David, I want you to know we completely support you in dealing with Chloe's outburst. She's always had issues with reality, and we're exploring options for getting her proper help. Don't let her poison your marriage with her delusions. Samantha's mother, Carol, sent a text. * we love you like a son. Please don't let Chloe's jealousy destroy what you and Samantha have built. She's done this kind of thing before, lying for attention. We're here if you need to talk. * standard playbook. Even Chloe got pressure. She texted me Tuesday night. * they're all calling me psychotic. Dad threatened to cut me off completely if I spread more lies. Are you actually going to do the test or are you just going to believe them? I responded, Wednesday at 3. I'll let you know. Wednesday afternoon, I picked Leo up from kindergarten early, told his teacher we had an appointment. He chattered the whole drive to the testing facility about a project they'd done with caterpillars, oblivious to what was happening. The facility was quick and professional, photographed Leo and me separately with our IDs. Took cheek swabs, sealed them in individual containers with tamper-evident tape, had both of us verify our information. Leo thought it was fun, like playing doctor. When will we know results? I asked. 72 hours for standard, 48 for expedited. Expedited. I took Leo for ice cream afterward. Sat in the parking lot watching him work on a chocolate cone. 48 hours until results. Then I'd know whether to file the affidavit or not. Thursday. Samantha cornered me after dinner. Your brother, Michael, called. He's worried about you. Said you've been distant since the party. Just processing everything. There's nothing to process. Chloe lied. She's always been dramatic when she feels left out. She moved closer, put her hand on my chest. I know she's my sister, but you have to understand, she's not well. She needs help. This is a pattern with her. What pattern? Making things up for attention. She did it in high school. Accused a teacher of favoritism when she failed a class. Did it in college. Claimed her roommate stole from her when they had a fight. She constructs these elaborate stories where she's the victim and everyone else is conspiring against her. It was a good script, delivered perfectly, probably rehearsed with her parents. Didn't matter. Facts would settle this, not performances. I'm not saying she's a bad person, Samantha continued. I'm saying she's struggling with some serious issues, and we need to protect our family from her chaos. Leo doesn't need to be exposed to that kind of instability. I nodded. You're probably right. She kissed me. I love you. Thank you for being reasonable about this. Friday afternoon, the email arrived. I was in my truck in the parking lot at work, about to head home for the day. Subject, DNA test results. Case number 38574. Day 47 since the party. 43 days left in Colorado's 90-day window. If the results came back 0, I opened it. Probability of paternity, 0%. The report included detailed genetic markers, exclusion analysis, laboratory certification, 17 different loci tested, 0 matches. Scientifically impossible for Leo to be my biological son. I forwarded the results to my legal representative with 2 words, file everything. Sat in my truck for a few minutes, running the next steps. Affidavit to Superior Court, divorce petition, emergency orders for exclusive possession, all within the 90-day window. A clean legal off-ramp if I executed correctly. My phone buzzed. Samantha asking when I'd be home for dinner. I drove to the extended stay hotel I'd already booked for the week. $200 a night, small kitchen, Wi-Fi. Texted her back. * working late. Don't wait up, * Monday, we'd start the filing process. For now, I needed to organize documents and prepare the affidavit. Saturday morning, my legal representative had everything ready and organized. Divorce petition, citing fraud as the primary grounds. Emergency motion for exclusive possession of the marital residence with supporting documentation. DNA test results with certified chain of custody that would hold up in any court. Email evidence showing the premeditated cover-up in explicit detail. Financial records proving 6 years of support under completely false pretenses that would make any court official see red. We're filing Monday at 8 a.m. sharp, he said during our phone call. She'll be served by Tuesday afternoon at the latest. Emergency hearings should be scheduled within 10 days, maybe 2 weeks max, depending on the docket. What are my chances of getting the house in Colorado with this fraud documented? 85 to 90%. You're the sole name on the mortgage. You're active duty military, and you've got a paper trail. Courts here don't mess around with paternity fraud involving military families. I spent Saturday securing everything. Moved important documents to a safety deposit box. Changed my direct deposit to a new account she couldn't access. Backed up every piece of evidence to 3 locations. Sunday, I stayed at the extended stay hotel near base. Samantha called around noon. Where are you? Your truck's been gone since yesterday. Hotel. What the heck, David? Why? Needed space to figure stuff out. She ran the standard playbook. Talking like adults. One mistake. We can work through this. I let her finish, then delivered the only sentence that mattered. I'm done talking. You'll hear from my legal team this week. Silence. Then her voice changed. What does that mean, exactly? Divorce papers are getting filed. You lied for 6 years about the most basic thing possible. There's no coming back from that. David, please don't do this. I love you. You loved lying to me every single day. That's what you loved. Leo needs you. You're his father. DNA test says otherwise. DNA doesn't lie, even when everyone else does. Leo needs a father? According to science, that's Ethan's problem now. Talk to him about it. I hung up, blocked her number. Monday afternoon, my phone blew up with messages from Samantha's family. Her dad left demanding voicemails. Her mother sent novels about family values and forgiveness. Deleted all of it. Tuesday at 3:14 p.m., Samantha got served at her counseling office in Colorado Springs, in front of a client. The process server handed her the envelope, made her sign. She canceled appointments and had a breakdown in the parking lot. By 6:30 p.m., she was pounding on my hotel door, yelling loud enough that neighbors complained. I opened the door, but kept the chain on. Communicate through legal representatives. You can't just kick me out of my house. I have rights. It's my house. My name on the mortgage. I filed for exclusive possession based on your fraud. You'll get your hearing. This is insane. This is. You're not even giving me a chance. The emails explain it. The DNA test explains it. You slept with Ethan, got pregnant, lied for 6 years while conspiring with your parents. What else is there? She cycled through the usual script. One mistake, lonely and scared, didn't plan it. Can work it out. We'll do anything. I waited until she ran out of steam. You had 6 years to do the right thing. Every day you chose to lie instead. I'm done. You've got your hearing in 10 days. Until then, talk to your legal team. Her father tried cornering me at base. Security escorted him off with a trespassing warning. Her mother sent a 7-page handwritten letter with religious verses. Threw it in the trash. Chloe texted, *, they're blaming me for everything. Dad says I'm dead to them. Worth it, though. You doing okay? ***, hanging in there. Sorry about the fallout, ***, they made their choice 6 years ago. Just took this long for it to bite them, ***, the emergency hearing was Thursday, 10 days after filing. The court reviewed the emails, the DNA test, financial records, the timeline of deception. 20 minutes later, Mr. Grant has demonstrated clear and convincing evidence of material fraud regarding paternity. Mrs. Grant, you have 72 hours to remove yourself and your personal belongings from the marital residence. Mr. Grant is granted exclusive possession pending final divorce proceedings. Samantha's legal team tried to argue. The court shut them down hard. Your client committed documented fraud for 6 years. She doesn't get to live in the house she lied to keep. Friday afternoon. I drove to the house for the first time since filing. My house, my mortgage, my name on the deed. Samantha was in the kitchen. She turned around. Surprised, then angry in half a second. What the heck are you doing here? I held up the court order. Court granted me exclusive possession. You've got 72 hours to clear out. Starting now. She cycled through the standard responses. Can't do this. Our house, her rights. I let her run through it once, then cut her off. My name on the mortgage, my money, paying for it every single month for the past 6 years. My house. You just lived here under false pretenses while lying to my face. She crossed her arms, tried to look defiant instead of desperate. Fine, I'll leave, but you're still going to pay child support. Colorado law says I can disestablish paternity based on fraud. Already filed for it. You'll be getting Ethan's information to the court so they can go after him instead. You're not going to get away with this. My father's a cardiologist. We have legal resources. Your father helped you cover up paternity fraud. I've got documentation. He wants to pursue this legally? I've got emails showing he knew and told you to lie. That's conspiracy to commit fraud. He really wants to go there? Her face went pale. Her voice got smaller. David, please don't do this. We can work it out. Nope. We're done. You've got 72 hours. Start packing. What about Leo? You're just going to abandon him? He's not my kid. That's the whole point. You want him to have a father? Go find Ethan. You're a monster. I'm a guy who got lied to for 6 years. You don't like the consequences? Maybe you shouldn't have committed fraud. I'm going to grab some things. Anything still here come Monday at 5 p.m. goes to the curb. I'll tell my father what you did to me. I stopped, turned around. What I did to you? I haven't done anything except stop being lied to. But yeah, call your dad. Have him come over. I'd love to have that conversation. She pulled out her phone, called him right there on speaker. Daddy. David's here and he's kicking me out. He's being horrible. Let me talk to him. She held out the phone. I took it. Sir, what the heck do you think you're doing to my daughter? Following a court order granting me exclusive possession of my house. Your daughter has 72 hours to vacate. You can't just throw her out. Already did. Court agreed. You got a problem? Take it up with the court. I'm coming over there right now. We're going to settle this man to man. Doors open. Looking forward to it. I hung up. 20 minutes later, his Mercedes pulled up. Heavy footsteps on the porch. He didn't knock. Just grabbed the handle and tried to shoulder past when I opened it. I didn't let him. Stepped outside, shut the door behind me. Kept my phone visible the whole time. He came with that particular arrogance from decades of people kissing up to him. Pointed at me. You. What the heck do you think you're doing to my daughter? Enforcing a court order. She's got 72 hours to move out. He ran the usual script. Rights, threats, family. One mistake. I didn't argue feelings. I repeated the only sentence that mattered. Court order, move out deadline, legal communication only. He stepped closer, using his height to intimidate. You don't get to just throw her out. She has a family to think about. And I have a court order signed by a court official who reviewed all the evidence. Your daughter committed paternity fraud. I've got proof. In black and white. The court agreed with me. She's out. You're being vindictive because she made one mistake years ago. She didn't make a mistake. She committed fraud. Deliberate, premeditated fraud for 6 years straight. And you helped her do it every step of the way. His face went red. Watch your mouth. You knew Leo wasn't mine. The emails prove it. You and your wife sat down with Samantha and decided I didn't deserve the truth. That's conspiracy to commit fraud. How dare you? How dare you? You helped her lie to me for 6 years about my own kid. Except he's not my kid. He's Ethan's kid. DNA test proves it. Maybe you should be having this conversation with Ethan instead. Samantha was crying in the doorway. Daddy, make him stop. Her dad jabbed a finger toward my chest. You hurt my princess, and there will be consequences. I didn't move. Move your hand before this gets ugly. Is that a threat? It's a fact. You're on my property. You're making threatening gestures, and I've got my phone recording everything. Touch me, and I'm calling the authorities for assault. He pulled his hand back. You're making a huge mistake. She destroyed her own life when she slept with another guy and lied about it. I'm just refusing to keep paying for her mistakes. She's my daughter, and she's a cheater, a liar, and a fraud. I don't care if she's your daughter. That doesn't change the facts. He looked genuinely shocked. I don't give a darn about your facts. That's my kid. Your kid is 30 years old and made her own choices. She chose to cheat. She chose to lie. She chose to commit fraud. Now she gets to live with it. I gestured toward his car. Leave now voluntarily, or I call base security and the local authorities. Your choice. Samantha appeared in the doorway, grabbed his arm. Daddy, just go, please. He looked at me like he wanted to swing. I stood there with my phone out, staring him down. Military bearing is a heck of a thing. 17 years of dealing with actually dangerous situations makes a suburban cardiologist playing tough guy pretty manageable. He blinked first. This isn't over, he said. Yeah, it is. 72 hours, Samantha. After that, your stuff goes to the curb. They left. I closed the door, locked it, stood there breathing. My house, my space. No more lies. Samantha moved out that weekend with her parents and a U-Haul. Faces tight with barely contained fury. I stayed at the hotel, let them pack without confrontation. Wasn't worth the drama or the potential call to authorities. Monday evening, I came back to assess the damage and reclaim my space. She'd taken petty shots everywhere. All the photos from the walls, leaving obvious blank rectangles. The good cookware that we'd gotten as wedding gifts. The nice TV from the living room. The newer couch. The expensive bedding. Even the darn lawnmower. Small victories that probably made her feel powerful in the moment. I didn't care. Stuff's replaceable. Peace of mind isn't. The divorce moved fast. Colorado's no-fault laws meant we didn't have to prove anything beyond irreconcilable differences. But I had the fraud documented to shut down nonsense arguments. Samantha tried fighting for spousal support, claiming she'd sacrificed her career for my military service. My legal team pulled income records showing her counseling practice brought in more than my base pay some years. Killed that argument. She tried fighting for house equity. My legal team presented the fraud evidence. Again, Colorado doesn't split property based on who cheated, so we focused on what the court actually cares about. I paid the mortgage. I brought the non-marital contribution. And my economic circumstances were getting destroyed by the fraud fallout. The court awarded me 65% of the equity when the house sold. But the big fight was Leo and the paternity issue. Samantha's legal team pushed hard on child support, using every angle they had. Colorado presumes the husband is the father when the kid is born during the marriage. So legally, I was still on the hook until the court said otherwise. We filed to disestablish paternity ASAP and asked the court to order genetic testing. The court set a separate hearing specifically for paternity, ordered Ethan's testing with a court order they had to track him down to serve, and told everyone to stop playing games and bring receipts. When the test came back confirming what we already knew, the court finally had the legal basis to move paternity where it belonged. The court issued the order transferring legal paternity. Ethan was now legally Leo's father, with all the rights and responsibilities, which meant child support was his problem, not mine. Samantha lost her mind when the ruling came down. Showed up at the courthouse screaming about how I was abandoning Leo, how I was a monster. Security escorted her out. We'd already been living apart long enough to satisfy Colorado's 60-day requirement, and I'd been stationed in Colorado well over the 180-day residency military presence requirement. The divorce was finalized 4 months after I filed. Record time for Colorado. I walked out feeling lighter than I had in years. No wife. No kid that wasn't mine. No lies. Just me and a clear path forward. I sold the house within 6 weeks. My cut after splitting equity 65 to 35 was $73,800. Combined with protected savings, I was sitting solid. Found a 3-bedroom townhouse 15 minutes from base. Quiet neighborhood, mostly military families and retirees. Furnished it simple. Couch, big TV, decent bed, kitchen table, weight bench. Everything I needed, nothing I didn't. Work became my focus. Took on extra training, volunteered for certifications, threw myself into making sergeant major before 20 years. My command put me up for advanced leadership courses that could fast-track promotion. Chloe moved to Austin for a real marketing job. We'd text every couple of weeks, casual check-ins. 6 months post-divorce, I started hearing things through the military spouse network. Small base, word travels. Samantha's counseling practice tanked. People don't want marriage counseling from someone who committed paternity fraud. She'd lost most clients within 3 months, closed her office, eventually joined a group practice in Colorado Springs just to stay afloat. Her parents felt the squeeze, too. Funding their daughter's legal strategy and supporting her through unemployment burned through retirement savings. Her father cut back hours. They downsized to a smaller condo. They were bitter as heck. Good. They made their choice. Then 8 months post-divorce, things got interesting. My phone rang Tuesday night. Unknown Tennessee number. Almost didn't answer, but I'm apparently allergic to peace. David, it's Richard. I almost hung up. Sir, what do you want? I need to talk to you. Man to man. No. Say it now or don't say it at all. Long pause. Heavy breathing. Samantha's pregnant again. Took me a second. Okay. And you're telling me this, why? She can't afford another kid. We can't afford to help her. We've been supporting her since the divorce, and we're tapped out. Still not my problem. David, please. She needs help. We need help. Not my concern. Samantha's an adult. She made her choices. You helped her make them. Now you all get to live with the consequences. We've apologized. No, you haven't. You tried to intimidate me, threaten me, called me vindictive. That's not an apology. That's just you being upset the consequences caught up. His voice got harder. So, you're just going to let Leo suffer? Leo's not my kid. DNA proved it. Court agreed. Ethan is his legal father. You want help? Call Ethan. Ethan can barely support his own kids. Again, not my problem. Samantha wanted to sleep with Ethan. She gets to deal with Ethan's financial situation. You're being cruel. I'm being realistic. Your daughter lied to me for 6 years. You helped. Your wife helped. You all decided I was too stupid to deserve the truth. Now you want my help? Heck no. I hung up, blocked the number. 2 weeks later, Samantha's mother tried from a different number. David, this is Carol. Please don't hang up. Ma'am, make it quick. I'm calling to apologize for everything. We made terrible decisions. Yep. You should have. But David, please. Samantha's in a bad situation. She's pregnant. She can barely afford Leo. Not my problem. She's struggling financially and emotionally, and we can't help anymore. You spent your retirement money on legal fees trying to make me pay for her fraud. That's on you. You're really going to let her hit rock bottom? She's not hitting rock bottom. She's hitting reality. Something you should have let her do 6 years ago. I hung up. Blocked that number too. Wasn't even mad anymore. Just done. 3 months later, Saturday afternoon. Working on my truck in the garage. Music playing. Doorbell rang. Checked the peephole. Samantha. Standing on my porch looking rough. Hair messy. Yoga pants. Oversized sweater. Visible baby bump. I opened the door but didn't invite her in. What do you want? I need to talk to you, please. Just 5 minutes. You can talk from there. She wrapped her arms around herself, looking smaller than I'd ever seen her. I made a mistake. A huge mistake. And I've been paying for it every single day since you left. Good. You should be. Actions have consequences. David, please. I know I messed up. I know I lied. And I know I hurt you, but I miss being married. I miss us. I miss having someone. Stop. Whatever you're asking for, the answer's no. You don't even know. Doesn't matter. The answer's still no. She stepped closer. I'm broke, David. My practice is failing. My parents can't help anymore. Ethan pays barely anything when he pays at all. And I've got another baby coming in 4 months. I can't do this alone. Should have thought about that before you slept with Ethan again. Apparently. Her face twisted. This baby isn't Ethan's. It's Daniel's. A guy I was seeing before he bailed. So, you've got a pattern of poor decision-making. Still not my problem. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking for another chance. We were good together. We were never good together. I was just too stupid to see you were lying. From inside, I heard footsteps. Chloe appeared in the hallway behind me, holding 2 energy drinks, wearing jeans and one of my old army t-shirts. She stopped when she saw Samantha. Samantha's expression changed instantly. Went from desperate to furious in half a second. Are you kidding me? You're with my sister? Is this what this has been about the whole time? I'm not with your sister. Complete nonsense. She's here. She's wearing your clothes. She's acting like she lives here. This is why you left. You were planning this the whole time. Chloe stepped forward, hands up. Samantha, calm down. It's not like that at all. Shut up, you jealous witch. You've always wanted what I had. Samantha tried to push past me. I blocked her. You need to leave now. Get out of my way. This is my house. You're not coming in. Leave now, or I'm calling the authorities. She shoved at me. I knew it. I dang well knew you two were together. Chloe pulled out her phone. I'm recording this. For the record, Samantha, I'm here because David and I are friends. That's it. I drove down from Austin for the weekend. We're not dating. We're not together. We're friends. Friends don't wear each other's clothes. It's a t-shirt from a 5K in 2019. I borrowed it because I spilled coffee. You're delusional. Samantha's face was red, tears streaming. You've always been jealous of me. Always wanted my life. I don't want your life, Chloe said flatly. Your life is a mess. I've got my own life in Austin. A real job, real friends, real stability. I don't need your sloppy seconds. Samantha lunged at Chloe. I caught her arm, held her back. That's enough. You're leaving. Let go. You tried to assault someone in my house. You're leaving before this gets worse. She jerked her arm back, breathing hard. You're both pathetic. You deserve each other. We're not together. But even if we were, it wouldn't be your business. We're divorced. You don't get a say in my life anymore. She looked at both of us, mascara running, face blotchy. I hope you're happy with what you've done to me. I didn't do anything except stop letting you lie to me. Everything else is consequences you earned. She walked to her car, some older sedan, probably a downgrade, pulled away with tires squealing. I closed the door, locked it, turned to Chloe. She was shaking slightly. That was insane, she said. Yeah. She's losing it. Chloe picked up the energy drinks again, handed me one. Your ex-wife is a darn nightmare. Yep. That's why she's my ex. Samantha tried calling over the next week, left voicemails accusing me and Chloe of an affair, threatening to tell people. I blocked her on everything, sent videos to my legal team just in case. She eventually stopped. Looking back, was there anything I could have done differently?